Let's take a look at how to multiply algebraic expressions using the distributive property. I'm going to walk you through the steps that we follow when we use the distributive property method, and then we're going to look at some examples. Whenever you're trying to use the distributive property method, you want to determine a constant expression, and then you distribute each of the terms in the constant expression into the second term, and then combine common or like terms and then simplify the expression. Let's put that to practice. So in this case, we have just a monomial here, so we don't really need to find a constant term because it's safe to use that as our constant term. So now we multiply every term in this expression by 3x. So 3x multiplied by x squared, we're going to get 3x cubed, plus 3x multiplied by 4x, we have 12x squared. 3x multiplied by minus 1, we have minus 3x. Next example. So here we have a binomial and a trinomial. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to make the binomial our constant term. It's always easier to do that because it simplifies how you go about multiplying the terms. So I have x multiplied by 3x squared plus x minus 5 plus 1 multiplied by 3x squared plus x minus 5. So now let's go ahead and distribute. So we have 3x to the third power plus x squared minus 5x plus 3x squared plus x minus 5. So now let's group common terms together. So we have 3x cubed plus x squared plus 3x squared minus 5x plus x minus 5. So now we can simplify. We have 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 4x minus 5. So with this example, I'm going to use the trinomial as the constant term just so I can show you a different approach. So now we have 3x squared multiplied by 4x minus 3 plus 4x, we multiply that by 4x minus 3 minus 5, we multiply by 4x minus 3. I'm trying to show you this so that you can see that it doesn't matter how you go about it. If you just follow the rule of the distributive property, it should be fine regardless of how you approach it. So this is going to give you 3x squared multiplied by 4x is going to give us 12x cubed. Then we have minus 9x squared plus 16x squared minus 12x minus 20x plus 15. Now let's group common terms together. We have 12x cubed minus 9x squared plus 16x squared. That's going to give us 7x squared. Minus 12 minus 20 is going to give us minus 32, and there's an x there, and then plus 15. So that's how you simplify that. I'm going to use the same approach. I'm going to make this trinomial my constant term. So I have 6x squared multiplied by 4x minus 3 minus 3x multiplied by 4x minus 3 plus 1 multiplied by 4x minus 3. So 6x squared multiplied by 4x is 24x cubed. Then I have minus 18x squared minus 12 x squared plus 9x plus 4x minus 3. So now let's combine them together, combine common terms. So we have 24x cubed minus 18x squared minus 12x squared is minus 30x squared. 9x plus 4x plus 13x minus 3. And then our final example, we have two trinomials, so it doesn't matter which one you make a constant term. So I'm going to use this as my constant term. So now I have 3x squared. We distribute that into 3x squared plus 4x plus 2 minus 4x distribute into 3x squared plus 4x plus 2 minus 2 we distribute into 3x squared plus 4x plus 2. Now let's start the distribution. 3x squared multiplied by 3x squared, that is 9x to the 4th power. 3x squared multiplied by 4x is going to give us 12x to the 3rd power. 3x squared multiplied by 2 is going to give us 6x squared. Then here we have minus 12x to the 3rd power minus 16x minus 8x minus 6x squared minus 8x minus 4. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify. So we have, well, we need to first group common terms together. So we have 9x to the 4th power plus 12x to the 3rd power minus 12x to the 3rd power plus 6x squared minus 6x squared minus 16x minus 8x minus 8x minus 4. So now let's go ahead and simplify. We have 9x to the 4th power plus 12x cubed minus 12x cubed, that's 0, plus 6x squared minus 6x squared, that's 0, and then minus 16x minus 8x minus 8x, that's going to be 16 plus 8, that's 24 plus 8, 32. So we have minus 32x minus 4. So now we're left with 9x to the 4th power minus 32x minus 4. And that is the simplified version of our trinomial multiplication.